Okay, 1 second. Okay, so this is the Roland P-6 editor, kind of like the SP has an editor. I did videos on that a while back. This is their editor, and you can see here that you can pick and use all these buttons, it looks like, to edit, well, at least the banks as well as the pads, and then drop the sample right in. So one of the issues I have is sometimes there was one pad, particularly on A, and I wasn't sure why, but all the other ones let me sample directly to it, and I couldn't get this one pad to transfer the files over. I was just trying to put some drums in. So what I want to do, oh, look at this. Just scroll up and down past the 6. Okay. So what I wanted to do was put in the 6, the drums, just so I could have them on like one bank and not have to do multiples. So let's go into my drums and use this to help get the drums that I like. So here's some Eldre drums. Instead of going through, like, I kind of know the ones I use typically. So let's see if I just drag that in there. Nope. This is wild. Maybe if I drop it in the editor. Okay. I thought you just dropped it up here. But where did you put that file? So I'm just going through this while I don't know, it looks like it removed it or something. All right. So H, D, and I'm trying to find which banks I want to put these drums on. I was going to put the drums on a separate bank. So I'm thinking to use in G and H to put drums on. So that's drop area. It's so weird how this works. Sometimes it's like it makes sense and sometimes it just doesn't. So it's cool that you can truncate it. You can also pick down here the sample rate. And this is great if you don't feel like doing all the excess stuff that it takes to drag in drums and stuff of that nature. So you can down sample it. But what I don't get is okay. There it is, preview. I like that 14.7 sample rate preview. What I'm trying to figure out, yeah, we want that to be mono, is can I just drag this sample and drop it in? See, I don't get. Oh, do you drop it on the pad? I think I did it. Yeah, D1. Okay, so drop it on the pad. Okay, interesting. So this thing is actually a good tool. I wish they had put this on iOS so you could use it on the iPad. I think it would be, I don't know, I just think it would be better. Let's drop another one in, down sample it, and then turn it into mono. And then you just drag it to the pad that you want it on, and done. So now I have 2 kicks. Now what you could do is have maybe a bank with kicks, a bank with snares, and a bank with maybe some hats. And I thought about doing that. And then I could just pick which one I want. Now the only downside to that is you're going to be using kicks and snares from different banks, and you're going to have to try to figure out how you're going to piece that together if you're going to do drums that way. So yeah, it could be good. It could be bad depending on your workflow that you like to do. Now, the pads are not velocity sensitive. So in some ways, I'd be okay with not having to worry about drag and what am I trying to say? Not having to play them in necessarily. But again, that all depends on the person. There you go. So let's drag that to there. So I'm gonna put a kit basically on six pads. I like that one. Down sample it. This is pretty good. Switch it to mono and then drag it, drop it in. So it's basically a quicker way to edit. You can do this into the machine, but it requires a lot more work. I'm being honest. And for those that hate, say, well, that's what you should do. That's what you should do. I'm just telling you how I feel about it. Don't take personal what I say. Just understand that we all have our own things that we like. And I like a little bit faster workflow, which is why the MPC is lately been the thing I've been gravitating towards when it comes to hardware. It's not bad. Not bad. We could take those two. So drop one in, down sample that thing, turn it to mono. And with mono, it's going to be a lot, what's the word I'm looking for? It's a lot less space that it takes up. We'll do another one. Down sample it, turn it to mono. Perfect. All right, so there's those. And then this is on the pad D. You could put one on H. And then that will be where the drums exist. And then you can save that in the kit. So let's do one more. That was the Eldre drums. Let's go to some other drums that I use a lot, which is the Coupe kit. Probably use these drums too much in a way. Let's see. Oof. I like that one. So let's go there. Down sample it, turn it to mono, and drop it in there. We'll do one more kick. I usually do something similar. So one, we're going to take 4. I like that one. Down sample. I didn't mean to normalize that. Holy Toledo. Let's do some undo. Okay. We got a down sample. We're going to turn it in there. And now we're good. So to me, if you're loading in drum kicks and things of that nature, this is much better, in my opinion, than trying to sample and slice and not be able to see it because there is no screen. So far, the hardest thing about this device is some of this 4-character thing that they use. I can't really make out what they're saying. I have to search it up, and it doesn't really match what I see in the book. So it's kind of frustrating in that way. It's not bad. I love the sound. I do like this one. Let's use that. Down sample, mono. I'm going to change where it is. That's cool. I wonder if I can truncate. Yeah, I'm just going to truncate it. And then we'll put that one on. Sample number 4. Let me grab one more. So, oh, that's nice. So what I personally would like here, move that in and truncate that. What I personally would like here is a simpler workflow. And I know they want to be able to pattern these things together. I still haven't figured out how to get change the bars. Like if I only want to do 2 bars, I don't get it. So that's the part I'm still working on. But yeah, so these are already kind of dirty. I want to use some studio hats because I want them to be somewhat clean, and then let me just kind of grit them up a little bit. Yeah, that's nice. Let's use that one. This is let me see. Yeah, that's nice. All right. Grab the sample, drop it in, and then we'll grab one more, like an open hat. Just an open hat. I like 6. We'll go with that. Now we'll do some editing on this one because I know I don't want that tail end. Go there, we'll truncate it. It's really easy to do this. It's not hard at all. You got to be willing to set up. I would say set up your drums that you want, unless you're going to be sampling in like a loop of some sort. I would say get your main kits that you use, and then use that to kind of. But if you like varied stuff, then this ain't it, because you only have so many sample slots you can hold stuff, right? So I'm thinking drums, percussion. So maybe on C and G, we get some percussion type stuff. So let's see if we got shakers in here. Claps, cymbals. Yeah, there we go, shakers. So I'm going to load in some different shakers here. I like this. All right, so we're going to go here. It's going to take me a second to do this, but you can watch while I'm doing it if you want. That's the joy of this, right? They do have a snap to 0. See, I was wondering if that was in here. But the funny thing is, it's hard to tell when you go into the actual devices and in there. So that's kind of a challenge. Anyway, so there's that one. I'm going to take this one next. Down sample it, turn it into mono. 0 snap is on. Is that the same one? Okay, part 1. There we go. Let's grab. All right, I'm going to take this one. Down sample it. It's already in mono, so you don't have to worry about that. Throw that in there. This sample here, down sample it. It's already, oops. Throw it in there. And we'll get 2 more. We want some shakers. I like that one. All right, cool. Down sample it. Same principle. Go to here. Take this one. Down sample. And throw it there. All right, perfect. So now we have those in there. You got to hit transfer when you want to do this. This reminds me of using the OP1 field. It really does. Or even the OP1. Loading stuff in. But the good thing is, because you don't have a lot of space, if you want, just load in the samples that you're really going to use. Like, don't put anything in here that you kind of like, questioning. And some people, or one person so far I've seen had 2 of them, which is kind of cool because, let me check this percussion out. There we go. We use these bongos. I like those. All right. So yeah, this one person, I'm gonna down sample them, has 2 of these. And what's cool about that is the ability down sample to be able to put maybe drums on one, right? You put all your drums on one, and then the other one could be the actual samples, since you don't really, have much options other than that. Let's see if there's some. Oh, let's grab some tambourines. All right, cool. Down sample, same principle. Put it there. Let's grab this tambourine. Is that the one I want? Okay, we'll go with this one. Mind you, you can always come back and change this later if you don't want these samples. So I'm loading it up with all the percussion stuff. I'm going to leave open 2 banks, or maybe even 4 banks. That's not going to have percussion. That's just going to be primarily for samples. If I want to sample in, I'm actually going to leave 4 banks. So A, E, and all these banks can be used within the song. So you'll see in a second. I'm going to try to do something with it. Okay, so that's that. So here, so let's go ahead and transfer. And it should be transferring to. Now to do this, transferring done, please eject. Press the keyboard button to write the samples. Please eject. Okay. And press the keyboard button. So give it a second here to write these samples into the device. I know you can't see it going, but it does take a second. It does say done. We'll go close. Okay. So let's see, it's done. Now I showed you this in the previous video that if you lose loop batt, you can see it's right here. But it looks like it says done. So I'm going to have to turn it off and then turn it back on. And we're going to see if it actually did it. And I'll let you be able to see it coming through here. Should be able to hear it too. Okay, there you see it's on there. I'm not hearing any samples. Make sure the volume's up. And it is, but I'm still hearing no samples. Weird. Let's see. This is one of the things I've had so far that I don't like. I sat there and did all that work, and I don't see the samples. Unbelievable. All right, let's do one more thing here. I mean, it should be there. Give me 1 second while I unplug it. You're not going to hear me for a second. So test and see. Oh, they're there. Okay, never mind. They did work. Tripping. You guys hear me? Okay. Plug this thing in. I wanted you to be able to hear it, but yeah, it does work. Because when I plug it in to listen to it, it worked. I had to take the headphone off for a second there. But for some reason... Oh, you know what? I wonder if it has something to do with the audio. So you got to read a lot to learn this thing. I'm being serious. Like, I'm dead serious. Hold on a second. Right here. It's something to do with the way it charges. Sometimes it recognizes the plug-in as a charge versus audio. So let's see if we can figure this out. Connecting computer remote, connecting computer port. Let's go into 77. Enter iOS unit. Doing so, you can power the unit from your iOS device. But if I don't want to, if you want to use this unit on battery power without drawing power, turn on the unit while holding down the C exit button, battery only mode. Okay, so we're going to turn it off. I'm going to hold on the C and then turn it on. So now it's on battery. So it stopped charging. You can't see it, but I can see it. Right, give it a second to load. It does take time to load. So weird that I can't hear it. Oh. All right, so we're not using the battery only. I was trying to get the audio portion. Use that mode. Use you. Type C. Okay, sorry. So, yeah. All right, so it does work. Let me see if I can do a different way here to help you guys be able to hear it. I'll record more videos too on this. I'm just doing this as kind of a test. So there's the out. Turn it down in case it blows eardrums here. You're going to hear it come through the mic of the computer, by the way. So it's not going to be the best sound for sure. Hear it? All right, cool. So there's the samples. So I did all the drum samples at that 14.7, I think 14.7 kilohertz or whatever, just to get that grit. I love it for the drums. On the samples, I probably would do maybe 20 something, depending on how gritty the sample is. I'm already sampling. But yeah, so far the sound is really nice. I have to admit, I'm impressed. Yeah, so anyway, that's me unplugging it instead of turning the speaker off. So this thing is fun. It's little. It's literally about the size of, let me see if I can figure out. If you put two iPhone minis together. No, maybe if you put like an iPad mini. Let's do an iPad mini. That's about the size of what it is. It's about an iPad mini. So it's kind of fun. I enjoy it. I like it so far. I'm going to try to see if I can get some MIDI to run through it and use a keyboard with it, with the MPC, I guess, just to see. But so far it's pretty good. So I just wanted to show you guys this was the app, the P-6. We'll talk about it some more as you'll probably see me connecting this way more often to put sounds into it. But occasionally I will record directly into it and sample something. One of the things here, let me show you this. P1, you gotta hold down. This is what I don't like. I wish they would fix this. Is this whole turn off and on thing. It's kind of annoying a little bit. Well, let me see if it connects. So you got to turn it off, hold down sampling, then turn it on, and then you'll see the drive connect. Okay. But you see how I was hoping that if I did this, you would see the samples that are in there. You see how you don't see the samples that I already put in? That's kind of, I mean, the MPC, or not the MPC, the SP404, you can see all the samples that were already there. So at least you would know what you're dropping samples over. At this present point, we ain't got nothing to see here. So it's kind of a bummer that that doesn't work so easy. But anyway, that's it for this video. Until the next one, I'm out.